around the elections. Bihar, the voting has concluded there in all 234 constituencies, 243 constituencies, I beg your pardon. The enthusiasm continuing to mark the second and final phase today. It's a record turnout. It ended up for the entire state at a little over 67%. That is almost 10% more than what we saw last time around. Last time it was 57%, this time it's 67%. This is across constituencies until 5 p.m. for the second phase. It's likely to be revised upwards. The first phase too saw a 65% voter turnout after the polls closed. As the curtains fell, it was time for exit polls before counting day on Friday, and directionally, most exit polls are indicating a sweeping victory for the NDA. The Mahagathbandhan, the India Alliance, falling far short. Prashant Kishore, the new party, the new factor simply does not have had any impact on the ground. So let me bring you up to speed with what the News 18 mega exit poll projection is as far as Bihar 2025 is concerned. It is a total and commanding return of Nitish Kumar-led NDA government back to power. The News 18 mega exit poll numbers are as follows. The NDA combined is expected to get between 140 to 150 seats. That would be at least 15 seats on the lower end, at least 15 seats higher than what they got last time around. They had 125 last time around. The India Alliance, on the other hand, is down to just 85 to 95 seats. That again is a fall of about 20 seats, even at the higher end compared to what they had last time around. The Jan Suraj is expected to get between 0 and 5. Possible that he's hurting the established parties, but in terms of seats, very minimal impact. Others are expected to get between 5 and 10. So that's the Gathbandhan. That's what the respective alliances are getting. But what about the breakup for individual parties, both for NDA and for India Alliance? Here, it gets a little interesting. The BJP is expected to get between 55 and 65 seats. The JDU is expected to be the number one party in the alliance. In fact, the number one party across the state, between 60 and 70 seats. So the JDU strike rate will likely be higher than that of the BJP. Both parties are contesting the exact same number of seats, 101 each. Harm is expected between 0 and 5. LJP between 10 and 15 out of the 29 seats that he is fighting, and RLM, Mr. Kushwaha's party, expected to get 0 to 5. On the other hand, in the Gathbandhan, the RJD is substantially reduced down to between 50 and 60 seats. Congress, more or less where it was last time, between 15 and 20 seats. The left parties, again, between 10 and 15 seats. And Jan Suraj, like I said, between 0 and 5 seats. So that is the News 18 mega exit poll as far as Bihar is concerned. I want to first go across to Pradeep Gupta, who's the Chairman and Managing Director of Axis My India. Before I come to the other Pradeep here in our studios, as well as Shubodh Mehta from the RJD. Pradeep Gupta ji, let me start with you first. So has Axis put out your numbers yet? Do we have to wait another 24 hours? And how would you speak to the fact that all pollsters, all exit pollsters have said directionally it's going to be a comfortable victory for NDA?
Thank you, Jaka, for having me here. I don't want to comment on the other pollsters. They are all friends, and I am sure they must have done some good work on the ground, and whatever number they come out is being projected here. Now, coming to our Axis My India poll, we decided to wait for another 24 hours, as you mentioned, and come out our exit poll prediction tomorrow. Because election this time is been only in two phases, half and half roughly in both the phases. So we want to put more efforts and try and get more closer to the final verdict at the result.
But Pradeep ji, इतना तो बता दीजिए कि directionally is your poll also similar to the other pollsters, या आपका मतलब outlier है? It's going in the other direction.
So Zaka, I mean, this is the English channel, and you know very much one saying. This is half-cooked food is never good. So I don't want to spoil your test by giving something today and something else tomorrow. So better to wait for tomorrow. We can definitely talk about various poll dynamics, be it demographically, be it the voter turnout, or be it the leadership, whatever you want to discuss.
Okay, so let me deal with something that came out today, which is the voter turnout, and it looks like it's going to be a record voter turnout in Bihar. Provisionally for second phase, it was 67%, last phase was 65%, so it'll end up somewhere between 66-67% total voter turnout in Bihar, which is the highest, I believe, in the last 3 elections. What does that tell you?
See, we'll have to see and understand why this voter turnout is so 10 percentage point to be practical, 10
Correct.
percentage
Correct.
point, on the higher side.
Yeah.
Why, where this is coming from? So we'll have to see that the SIR has happened, the voter purification, and in that about 48 lakhs has been eliminated on the account of about 20 lakh disease, and about 28 lakhs
Shifted.
permanently migrated,
Yeah.
permanent migrate. So if you calculate this 48 lakhs to be precise and weight against these 6 crore 42 odd lakhs electors, you will find that 6 percentage points has been on account of this. So whatever that 10 percentage hike you see there, in totality, the 6 plus percentage coming out of this purification, number one.
Okay.
Number two, 3 to 4% is the incremental vote over and above this process, which is largely, to my mind, on account of the Chhat Puja. In last three assembly election, it has always been the election dates were always been between Diwali, Dasera to Diwali, and this time it is post Diwali, meaning large number of Biharis has come to their native or the hometown for the Chhat Puja, and this time, anticipating this phenomena, these political parties has made sure that they're not only they have been taken care of during that extended period from Chhat Puja to this poll day, but
Okay.
also they have made sure in most of the cases their true and fro fare has been paid. So
Asha,
this is
it's interesting.
something is accounting to that incremental 3 to 4 percentage points. This is the turnout in term of that.
So tell me, in terms of X factors, people have been talking about Mahila vote. ये 10,000 का चुनाव है. Nitish Kumar is given 10,000 rupees to 1.3 or 1.4 crore women voters. On the other hand, Tejaswi Yadav and the Mahagathbandhan, Tejaswi in particular, and maybe even Prashant Kishore to some extent, is saying ये युवा का election है, यहाँ पे रोजगार नहीं है, बेरोजगारी है, people are leaving the state, migration हो रही है. Which of these narratives you found having more resonance on the ground?
See, Jaka, when it comes to any election for that matter, the first and foremost is the governance, the government of the day, whom they have elected 5 years back with certain aspiration and expectation in mind, how well they have performed or otherwise. Based on this, this is something which define the anti-incumbency and the pro-incumbency vis-a-vis with the incumbent government. This is the first and foremost thing. Now, coming to the Bihar, but in particular, in Bihar, you believe it or not, more than 90% people vote based on their caste. So this is the first demography which is the decisive. The second demography, which is the female, which is 50%, and the state like Bihar, where the social बोलते हैं ना कि एक सामाजिक ताना बुना social strata are the relatively comparatively poor state where the female play the major role. That's the reason why female votes more in number, in sheer number, comparison to male, and male is also the migrated. So the female voter is the second demography which will impact, and the third one is the youth. This time, in the age group of 18 to 39, there are 50% points, 50% vote electors.
Wow.
50% is too sizable number. But the problem is that they relatively, again, comparatively vote in lesser number. But this is something this time is interested to see. They have come out in a sizable number, which is reflecting in your voter turnout, which is exceeding 65% and so. Overall state I am talking about. This is the three demography which will decide the fate of the government. And of course, governance will always be there. Those 10,000 rupees is a most crucial one or the last minute thing which is been seen and which has been witnessed across the Bihar state. So that is the part of governance and the delivery, I would say. So
Okay.
these are the thing which is very important when it comes to the Bihar election.
Okay, Pradeep ji, please do join us tomorrow also after you put your numbers. We'll see how it goes. It's been a bit of a mixed bag recently in the last couple of years for all pollsters. But this time, like I said, almost all pollsters are giving the direction in one direction, that it is going to be a comfortable win for the NDA and for the BJP-led alliance. But Pradeep Bhandari is here, and Subodh Mehta is also joining us. Pradeep, so you've been a pollster in a not so distant past.
Yes.
But look, I don't want to quibble with the numbers. We've also put out our numbers, the News 18 mega exit poll numbers, 140 to 150. But all the pollsters are suggesting at the lower end 130 for the NDA. And at the higher end, some have said 160, some have said even 170.
Well, Zaka, I recall the last election in Bihar where I was actually doing the polling and we could get it right. So I understand the state, and I'll just tell you, let me just simplify. The essence of your poll and the other poll is that the NDA is coming back to power. But I differ with the analysis of a lot of individuals who believe that caste has been a very important factor. In fact, on the contrary, and when you will go down and when the results will come, this is a pure pro-incumbency vote for Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, where you will see our vote share increasing across caste lines, across class lines, across demography lines, and across all regions of Bihar. So it's for the first time, Zaka, and I say this with a lot of responsibility, that there is pro-incumbency with the incumbent. At the same time, there is anti-incumbency against the opponent. Generally, anti-incumbency is a term which is used against the government. But this time, because of the jungle narrative, which we believe and our data is suggesting on the ground, has worked, and people realize there is a repulsion factor against the RJD and the Congress on the ground.
No, but tell me, Pradeep, our data, again, like I said,
Yes.
the data could be wrong, but our data, if you look at the individual breakup of the parties, seems to suggest that the JDU will be the number one party in the state, number one party in our alliance as well. The JDU, I think the number that's been given in the News 18 poll is 60 to 70, whereas the BJP is 55 to 65. Now, we had our panelists in the earlier program who said that, look, the BJP has a problem in Bihar, that A, you're still riding on the coattails of Nitish Kumar. When you try to be sort of ambivalent कि नीतीश चुनाव के बाद भी CM रहेंगे नहीं रहेंगे, there was a backlash, so you were forced to clarify that Nitish will continue as Chief Minister. And secondly, people have been saying that what about your second-rung leadership in the state? It's a reflection that they've not been able to come up.
Well, Zaka, once you will see the numbers on the result day, you will see that the strike rate of all the NDA alliance, in particular the BJP and the JDU, will be relatively similar. And yes, our leader in Bihar is Mr. Nitish Kumar, and any alliance will always go with one leader. And this is Nitish Kumar in Bihar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the center. Every state has different dynamics, and this is what we acknowledge, and this is why we come to power in majority of the states, because we respect the dynamics and the local sentiment of that state. But just one 10-second point. The new MY which will be established in the politics of Bihar this time, Zaka, will be the Mahila and the Yuva. And you will see both of them have come out significantly in voting, which will tell you that irrespective of how people used to look at the polity of Bihar, the women and the youth this time are wanting a pro-development government, and it's a pure development vote. It's not a caste vote. It's not a mere 10,000 vote. It's a vote of credibility for governance.
Let me ask Mr. Subodh Mehta of the RJD. Mr. Mehta, again, I'm going by the News 18 mega exit poll. The breakup for the Gathbandhan, for the RJD, is 50 to 60 seats. Now, even at the higher end, which is 60, according to our poll, that's about almost 20 seats short from what you got last time. So, what does that tell you, sir? That your narrative, the issues that you went to the people with, people are not buying that, because that's why you're getting a 20 seat less compared to last time.
Now, look, I'll have only two arguments for this. The first argument is that when you look to the Haryana exit poll, this is exit poll, this is not an exact poll, okay? And when you look to Bihar exit poll 2015, where we were getting approximately around 50 seats, and now we formed the government in 2015. In 2020, our survey said that it was very bad. But ultimately what happened, we emerged as a single largest party. Now, coming to this survey, along with the rise of the vote percentage is primarily because of the change of the basic vote, or you can say a base vote, which I know one of the director was talking about. Now, the festival has also given an impetus to the rise of the vote. Now, the most important factor is SIR, because via SIR, we educated the masses of Bihar. We went around the different parts of Bihar, arguing that there is a committed bureaucracy who is working under the umbrella of BJP, who want to, take your vote,
सर
rights
लेकिन
of vote.
SIR का
And
कोई इम्पैक्ट तो दिख ही नहीं रहा रिजल्ट में ऑन द
नहीं,
एग्जिट पोल नंबर्स.
no, that is because that is the reason why there is a rise of the voting percentage. This is what I am telling you. And with the rise of this voting percentage, the people were traumatized on the ground of citizenship and on the ground that they were not allowed to, show their identity via Aadhaar card. So it was the Supreme Court who interfered in
No,
between.
so
And
sir,
now,
I get your point. If that is the reason, as you say, the voter turnout is gone, आपका सीट के नंबर भी बढ़ना चाहिए ना. वो तो बढ़ ही नहीं रहा है, वो घट रही है.
नहीं तो your argument, Jaka, is that this is only 60,000 sample survey and the total voter is more than 7 crore. It's less than 0.1%. And
Okay.
earlier also in the last three continuous election, your exit poll has went wrong. So my argument is that he was talking about, Pradeep ji was talking about Muslim and youth. When you look to the Muslims in Bihar, they were targeted that they were the Guspatias. And none of the Guspatias was found. The election commission has given affidavit to the Supreme Court.
So-
and moreover, that is the reason why in the Muslim regime of Kishanganj and the Simanchal, we
Simanchal,
found
हाँ.
that there is a more than 70 to 73%
So,
vote percentage.
Pradeep, the RJD
Now,
spokesperson says that the voter turnout increases because of SIR. It's the biggest issue. It's the issue that people are most passionate about. They're coming out and they're voting. And that means that your government is in trouble.
Well, I'll give you a data point because this is a polling broadcast. In 2014 Lok Sabha elections, the total voting percentage was 66.4%. It was more than the voting percentage in 2009 general election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi came with absolute mandate. In 2019, the voting percentage further increased to 67.40%. The same argument was given that whenever there is an increase in voting percentage, it's an anti-incumbency election. The result in the Lok Sabha elections was that we came with 300 plus. So it depends from election to election. We are confident from the ground, and that's what our data is suggesting. It's the vote for Narendra Modi and Nitish Kumar. If the RJD is confident, just let's wait for the 14. But the bigger point, he made a very factual inaccuracy. His biggest laggard today is the Congress party, because the Congress, even your poll is suggesting, has the least strike rate. In 2015, it was a JDU and an RJD which had the ability to transfer vote to each other. Here, the Congress has zero ability to transfer vote and Rahul Gandhi is absent. So what we are saying here is that we are having a better alliance. It's a pro-governance alliance. And yes, we are fortunate to have leaders like Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar, who have ability to connect with the masses.
Congress's number is 15 to 20
I
out of
think
the
you have
61
overestimated the Congress.
of the 61 that they are fighting.
I think Congress will be in
RJD's
single
number
digit.
is between 50 to 60 of the, I think, 130. I'm not sure exactly how many are contesting, but in that vicinity, 120, 130. But yeah, the point is that Congress was a laggard 5 saal pehle bhi, and Congress is a laggard even now.
Now, look, Jaka, in 2015, we were
I'll tell
fighting
you a
along with Nitish Kumar ji. We had our Mahagathbandhan and we were fighting against BJP. And in 2022, when we formed a government along with the JDU, the same Prime Minister, Honorable Narendra Modi ji, talked about DNA in 2015.
In 2020, you were not in government, you were in government.
In 2015, you were talking about the DNA of Nitish Kumar and Bihar. In 2022, Prime Minister talked about 55 corruption cases against Nitish Kumar. And even today, when single largest party, as according to the poll, is JDU, but none of you have spoken about the chief minister candidate. You said that under the umbrella of Nitish Kumar, we are fighting an election, but you never named Nitish Kumar as a chief minister at all. And the
I think it started like that, but eventually they were forced to clarify that Nitish के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ेंगे और चुनाव के बाद भी वही मुख्यमंत्री रहेंगे. No vacancy in PM post, CM post. Which I agree, they were forced to clarify because...
No.
Anyway.
The difference, just to answer your question, which you said that Nitish Kumar was there in 2020 also, the difference here is also the following. A, that this time we have a larger and a bigger alliance. Please note that there were certain seats where there was vote division in 2020, which is not the scenario right now. Yeah. So we believe that our government has improved vis-a-vis what it was earlier, 2020 to 25. We've worked on the areas which we have to. Along with that, we have a much larger social coalition which has the ability to inter-transfer vote among each other.
No, the last point is fair enough. The LJP has about 5-6% vote, which was not there last time, which cut JDU.
Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Give me 30 seconds, Jaka.
10 seconds, wrap karna hai. I'm completely out of time. Yeah.
Look, Paswan party never won more than 5 seats with BJP.
सर आप विपक्ष में बैठोगे, रिलैक्स करो, वापस
देख
से
लेंगे
विपक्ष में बैठने के लिए तैयार हो जाओ।
do join us on 14th. देखेंगे कि पासवान पार्टी की 5 सीट मिले या 15 सीट मिले.